Welcome to a podcast made by participants of an Erasmus project. I'm your host, Sebastian, and today we're diving into a topic that goes beyond rules and regulations, typically for sport, but not only. It's about values and respect. Fair play, to be precise. Joining me is Lucas, a sports psychologist and advocate for fair play. Welcome, Lucas.
Thank you, Sebastian. I'm excited to be here and discuss about this important aspect of sports and life.
So, Lucas, what do you think about fair play?
Well, Sebastian, fair play isn't only about the game, it's about something deeper.
So, it isn't only about obeying the rules, right?
Of course, the rules are really important, but behind them there are values significant not only in sport. So, fair play is about treating others the way we would want to be treated. It's about being honest, showing respect, and giving everyone an equal chance to succeed. Whether you are on the field, at work, or even at home, fair play guides us to act with integrity and kindness.
However, it's natural that everyone wants to win. As a result, sometimes the will of winning is greater than respecting the rules. What could you advise to this?
Obviously, there will always be only one winner. However, we have to realize that the match is temporary thing as is the winning sensation. But with fair play, we can also make friendships, even with opponents which last for years or even decades. So calculate carefully what's more beneficial, the happiness of beating someone but losing the respect of others, or losing the match and winning friendship.
It's like losing the battle but winning the war of life. But let's change from sport to everyday life. Why do you think fair play is relevant at home or work as well?
Well, think about it. Our lives are like a series of games. We are constantly interacting with others, whether it's in relationships, at work, or in our communities. These interactions often means not only cooperation but competing as well. Unfortunately, the world is more complicated than a game. That means we usually don't have the rules as clear as in sports game. People have only the feeling of morality and it's often impossible to check their honesty. Fair play helps us navigate these interactions with grace and respect. It promotes teamwork, reduces conflicts, and ultimately creates a more harmonious environment.
So, fair play isn't just a set of rules, but more like a set of values that guides our actions.
Exactly. Fair play is like a compass that points us towards ethical behavior. It reminds us to consider the feelings and rights of others, in encourage empathy and understanding, fostering a sense of unity even in competitive situations.
So, Lucas, uh, what do you think about tolerance in fair play?
Well, that's really important topic. In stressful situations like the football match, it's often hard to accept somebody's behavior or decision. especially when it decides about winning or losing. That's why we have to work at our self-control skills.
Fantastic advice, Lucas. Thank you so much for shedding light on the importance of fair play and how it touches our everyday life.
You are welcome, Sebastian. Thank you for inviting me to this podcast, to this amazing podcast. It was a great conversation, and I hope we are meeting again.
Now I will ask our next guest, Polinka, known in the whole world of tolerance as the first woman coach who fights for women rights in rugby. Welcome, Polinka, to our podcast.
Hi Sebastian, thank you for having me. I'm really excited to discuss tolerance in our society, and I'm also really happy to take part in your podcast.
So, could you explain to us how the problem of intolerance in sport looks like?
Yeah, in simple words, intolerance in sports means that some people are treated unfairly or unkindly because of things like their culture, race, gender, or religion. This can happen through mean words, hurtful actions, or excluding certain people. It's no fair and goes against the idea of sports being a fair and inclusive place for everyone.
So, tolerance is important for a harmonious society, right?
Yeah, you're right.
So, what are the reasons why people are struggling to tolerate others?
Okay, I can explain you. People may struggle with tolerance for various reasons. Some common factors include lack of exposure. If individuals have limited exposure to diverse cultures, backgrounds, or perspectives, they may find it challenging to understand and accept differences. Also, fear and insecurity can be the main reasons of intolerance. People may feel threatened by those who are different from them, leading to intolerance. This fear can stem from a lack of understanding or a fear of change. Also, cultural beliefs or upbringing can shape individuals' attitudes and values, making it difficult for them to embrace diversity and practice tolerance. Also, lack of empathy. Empathy, the ability to understand and share the feelings of others, is crucial for tolerance. If individuals struggle to put themselves in someone else's shoes, they may find it challenging to accept and respect differences.
So, Polinka, could you tell us how can we promote tolerance among our society?
Basically, I think that education and exposure are key. By providing accurate information about different cultures and different backgrounds, we can get rid of stereotypes. Encouraging interactions with individuals through community events or cultural exchange programs can also foster understanding and empathy. That's why I think it's really important for young people to take part in such kind of projects like Erasmus projects, just to expand their horizons and be more tolerant. So, also, social media and online platforms provide an opportunity to promote tolerance by sharing diverse stories.
So, any final advice for our listeners on promoting tolerance in their daily lives?
So, I think people just should practice their empathy and open mindedness. You should more engage in conversations with people who have different perspectives, challenge your own biases, and be willing to learn and grow. Embracing diversity and promoting inclusivity can create a more tolerant society.
Thank you, Polinka, for joining us today and sharing your insight on tolerance.
Thank you for your invitation, Sebastian. It was a real pleasure to share with you and with our listeners ideas about tolerance. I think that only together we can create a tolerant society, and only together we can make this world better.
And to our listeners, remember that promoting tolerance starts with each one of us. Let's embrace diversity and foster a kinder world. I believe it was a pleasure for you to listen to this podcast, and I hope that you would keep our legacy by being the participant of the next projects.
Maybe.
Sponsored by Erasmus Plus.